It's time. It's time. It's time to grow and glow. And I have the guide for you. Happy Monday. How are you? This weekend has again flown by so fast. I can't believe that it's Monday again. I literally felt like I just talked to y'all, which I did. And that was last week. So you already know what I'm gonna ask. How did y'all do with the challenge last week? The only thing that I asked is that you unfollow 5 people pages or things that are, going into your insecurities, going into comparison. Get rid of those. So tell me how y'all did with that in the comments. And man, the last 2 weeks we discussed self-love. Now the next 2 weeks, or how many ever weeks that we have left in August, we'll be talking about self-worth and the importance of self-worth. Just like how we started the beginning of this series, we started with exactly what self-love is really. Now we're going to talk about what self-worth really means and why you've always had it all along. Now, look, before we get started, we are celebrating something big. It's huge. It is the 10th episode. Woo! That means we've been doing this for how many months now? 2 weeks. If I do one every week, 10 weeks. I don't really know what that goes into, but we've been doing this for a couple months. And it's just so exciting, right? So I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone, my friend, my family, my partner. Thank everybody for all the support. Because when I lost my job in December, I did not know that this podcast and doing this would actually bring me so much joy, would actually, make me feel fulfilled. So it's very I don't know, a little emotional for me, just a little bit. But it's very cool though, and I appreciate, all of the support and everything like that. Honestly, I just didn't know that this was gonna make me feel so good, right? And the only thing I have to say is thank you to Mr. David for making the decision that he made, because if it wasn't for him firing me, then I wouldn't actually feel the way that I'm feeling now. Like feel so, like I'm living in my purpose and all of that. So shout out to you, David. If you know him, show him this and tell him I said what's up. Also, too, this podcast, it wasn't specifically in my plans to start a podcast, but it is now going into my purpose. So this is what joy and fulfillment feels like, man. It feels like you're complete, right? And it feels like every time that I do this podcast, it doesn't feel like I'm exhausted to do it. I'm actually happy to do it. I can't wait for the day to come when I record, and I'm just so excited to do this. And I didn't know that I become a business owner, an entrepreneur, and right now I'm sitting here in front of you guys and talking to you guys about life and trying to help you guys become the best version of yourself while I'm helping me. So this has been a journey. I want to cheers to resilience. I want to cheers to growth. And I want to cheers for me just showing up every week, talking to you guys, even when I was scared, even when I was anxious, even when I didn't want to, I still did it. So let pop the bottle, pop the bottle. Sometimes they pop, so you got to be careful. But I don't think it's gonna pop. Hey. So, cheers to episode 10. Now, I do want to say one thing. I am more of a Vabu
It is Vav, like love, and like love.
girl. So, when I went to Total Wine, when I ordered this with Total Wine, they didn't have a boo. I was
V, v, clico. Veuve Clicquot.
like, so this is my first time trying Moet. That's tasty. Yummy. Now, my producer also has her drink too, as well. I'll go ahead and show them what it is. So, as you can see, she is not a drinker. She is a gardener. So she would be drinking her drink as well just to celebrate too. So again, just thank y'all so much for everything. And you know what this reminds me of? Have y'all seen The Great Gatsby? And he was like, and I don't know, you know what I'm trying to say, but cheers. I actually want to taste. This is like that Vavoo.
Veuve Clicquot. Veuve Clicquot.
Ooh. So now let's get into the real message. Let's get to our meat and potatoes today. So you already know how we start. Let's take a deep breath. And this is our affirmation that we're going to use for the entire week. Listen at this. My worth was never lost. It's been waiting on me to remember who I am. I no longer seek validation outside myself because my value is rooted, not negotiated. Oh, oh. I know every time that I say an affirmation, I say that's powerful because most of the affirmations that we say, they are powerful. So remember, we are focusing on self-worth this week. Our title, what self-worth really means. So you guys know that I love a dictionary definition. So this is what self-worth is. Listen at this. Self-worth is a sense of one's own value as a human being, self-esteem, or self-respect. Now, I want us to be able to take it a step further because that's the dictionary version. Okay. Now, there's another version that I have too to kind of give us another or a deeper look inside exactly what self-worth is. Now, this is, I'm not going to say psychological. I'm going to say this is a psychologist version of exactly what self-worth is. So, and I think we can really relate to this one better. So when a psychologist talks about self-worth, this is what they saying. Self-worth it's the it's the internal sense of being good enough and worthy of love, belonging, and respect. When we talk about self-worth, it's all of those things and how we look at those things. Okay. So psychologists see self-worth as a core belief, and it influences how you see yourself, how you let others treat you, and what you believe you deserve in relationships, career, and life. So self-worth is all of those things, and that's scary for us to think about, that we tie our self-worth to our job, our relationships, how other people treated us, how we're expecting people to treat us. When at the end of the day, you need to actually know what self-worth is first for you to even be able to look for that or yearn from that from someone. Right? Now, I want to say something too is that you are valuable and you are worthy of everything that you want and need out of this life, that you deserve that.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important.
You do not need someone to tell you, oh my God, you're worthy of this. Or because people won't say, hey, you're worthy. They'll say, like, you deserve all of these things and everything like that. And sometimes some of us want to hear that from people. But we have to know as well that we do not need to tie our self-worth to people, to places, to things, to groups, to a form of acceptance, because that's not what we need. Let me take another sip of this. I want you guys to know too that self-worth is more than just feeling good about yourself, right? It's knowing your value and knowing that you are valuable. Not because of what you bring to the table, not because how good you are at your job, not because the things that you do for other people, but it's just because you exist, right? You're worthy because you exist, not because of anything else. And I want to make sure that you guys know that self-worth is something that a lot of us struggle with. knowingly and unknowingly. And a lot of us tie self-worth to things that we shouldn't tie them to. So today, I hope that I am able to help you guys to be able to ground yourself in self-worth and know exactly what self-worth is for yourself. Because at the end of the day, I cannot teach you how to love yourself. I cannot teach you how to show that you are worthy of everything that you need and want out of this world. I can only give you the tips and the tools, and you need to be able to actually execute that in your life, right? Helping you guys set the foundation and know exactly what you need to do to love yourself, what you need to do to know that you're worthy, to be able to actually do the things that will bring you to that point and take you to where you need to be. Okay, does that make sense? And y'all, this little champagne, it's good.
What with a champagne?
Mm. But if I'm being honest, I think I prefer Vavoo over this one. Because the Moet is nice, but also too, the reason why I didn't get the Vavoo because I just needed a mini bottle. I'm not trying to be on here talking to y'all drunk or a little lit, a little tipsy. So Vavoo had a bottle. It was like a little bit bigger than this one, and I didn't need that. And this was only $13, so I guess it was still of a deal, I guess. But is it worth it? I would say yes. And my producer, she got the nowadays. Tell them how you like that.
Super tasty, honestly.
How you feel?
I felt normal. I only took a little sip.
Are you feeling it? No, but I need to get out of this rocking chair because it's making me dizzy.
So if you don't know, nowadays is a THC infused beverage that's good, because she's not an alcohol drinker. So she could be able to drink that and still get the effects of how she would feel whenever she gardens and in a drink. So yeah, and this is her first time trying nowadays. I think she tried something called Lolly, and I don't think it was good for her. I don't think she liked it at all.
But it's really tasty. It's good.
I want you to know that you are worthy. That's why I talked about self-love first before self-worth, because you cannot deem yourself worthy of something if you don't love yourself first. And if you don't accept love for yourself first, then you'll be able to know that, oh shit, now since I know exactly what self-love is, I am worthy of self-love because I'm me and I deserve that for myself. All right. So listen, we talked about what self-worth is and what it really means to us. Now it's time for you to reclaim it. And how you going to do that? Don't worry, I got you. I will give you 5 ways. All right. So number 1, you need to pay attention to what you tolerate. I'm going to say that one more time. Number 1, you need to pay attention to exactly what you tolerate. So I'm laughing because my producer back here, she has her mirror. And she like,
I'm tweezing my eyebrows, y'all.
but also too, I see her like she making like little faces and stuff. So it's a little funny, eh? So just pay attention to what you would tolerate. What you mean, Faye? This is what I mean. You need to know that your worth shows up in what you accept. You need to start asking yourself, if I believe I was worthy, would I allow this? Let me put it in perspective for you. What you mean? Let me say this. If you're in a relationship, whether it's you're in a platonic relationship or in a romantic relationship, what are things that that person is doing that you are settling for or that you are accepting? Let's talk about if you have a friend that only reach out to you when you need when they need something. Is that something that you should tolerate? Is that something that you think that you're worthy of, that someone should only reach out to you if they need anything or if they need something?
Hell no. Hey, fuck no.
Like, how does that sound? Oh, okay, exactly. Because you have to know that self-worth doesn't beg, it chooses. What do you mean, Faith? You need to choose self-worth for yourself. You shouldn't have to beg yourself to know or tell you that you're worthy. All right? So number 2, start honoring the version of you that no one clapped for. So that'll be the growth that you had in private, the healing that you did behind closed doors, all of those things that no one knew about and things that you worked on to become the best version of yourself. You need to start clapping for yourself for that because you deserve that. And you are worthy enough to do that. You need to know too that your self-worth does not depend on other people. So if other people don't clap for you, who the fuck cares?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That's not their job. You need to be your biggest supporter. Because at the end of the day, certain people are not going to be there for you all the fucking time. And what do I say? I don't think I say it so much in my podcast, but I say this on TikTok a lot, is that when you don't have anyone else, you have you. So when it comes to your self-worth, you need to make sure that you're able to give that to yourself and not look for it in other people. Okay? Now, self-worth means that you're recognizing your progress even when no one else saw it. So, but also too, loving yourself for surviving what you never told anyone about. Let's say some trauma that you went through that you did not tell anyone about. You need to clap for yourself for that, for actually dealing with those things alone and actually getting through those things. All right? Now, number 3, treat yourself like someone you actually care about. This is self-explanatory. Treat yourself like you treat your friends. Because all of us treat our friends with love. We respect our friends. We wouldn't say anything rude to our friends because we don't want to hurt their feelings. You need to treat yourself the exact same way. Y'all, hey, did a little more, hey. I be feeling good. Okay? Actually, too, I'm going to tell you something, too. The Babu has more of like a fruity... It's more. It's like, this is almost very dry. We check in and we uplift and extend grace to everybody else. But do you do that for you? What did we talk about a few months ago? The same grace that you extend to others, you need to make sure that you're extending that to yourself as well. Okay? You actually need to make sure that everything that you're giving other people, that you're giving yourself that first. What do you mean, Faith? When you're calling people and checking up on them, make sure you're checking up on yourself. Remember, you cannot pour from your own cup. You only need to give them the overflow. So everything that's in your cup, so all of this that's in my cup right now, it belongs to me. If I drop something, that's what I would give to somebody else. And that's how I want you to think about it. Treat yourself like you treat other people, and even better. Okay? Number 4, normalize not settling. Stop dealing with shit because you feel like you have to, and you do not have to. Don't settle for things that you know you do not deserve.
Not around here, partner. Not around here.
You understand what I'm saying? If you know you don't deserve something, or you know that you are worthy of certain things, and things or places are not giving you those things that you know that you're worthy of, do not settle for that. Leave. Do whatever you need to do for yourself. Okay? Now, the bare minimum behavior is not love. And that's something that you need to know, and that's something you need to realize. Crumbs are not a full meal. Literally, you are more than a breadcrumb. You are the meal, and you are the prize. And you need to make sure that you know that. Okay? When it comes to, self-worth, you need to normalize not settling. If you're eating food, you won't eat no fucking breadcrumb. You want steak, lobster, shrimpy. You want all of those things. So do not settle. You know what I mean? If it doesn't actually rise to meet your worth, then it's not for you. And that is okay. Don't settle for things just because you feel like you have to, because you don't. All right? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Número 5. O 5 es número. Número 5? Número 5.
Vente. Siéntate. Dame la mano. Move.
Stop negotiating your worth with people who never knew how to value you. What you mean, babe? Let's just put it in perspective. In platonic and romantic. Platonically, it'll be, you have a friend who never really appreciated the person that you were or are, and appreciated things that you did for them. And you're having to keep saying, oh, well, yeah, don't treat me like this. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like that. That's negotiating your worth with people, because they never understood or knew how to value you. And it's the same thing romantically. Of course, there's a plethora of layers when it comes to a relationship. So stop negotiating your worth with people because you don't deserve that. You shouldn't be doing that. Excuse me. And this is not actually negotiate and say, I'm worthy of this. Oh, no, I'm worthy of that. I'm worthy of this. No, that's not what it is. It comes in different forms. Okay. And you will start to realize that once you actually see us talking about what self-love is and what that means and how that's playing into your life. And then you'll start seeing exactly what things that you are deserving of and what you actually need to do for yourself. Okay. So all 5 of these are: pay attention to what you tolerate. Start honoring the version of you that no one clapped for. 3, treat yourself like someone you actually care about. 4, normalize not selling. And 5, negotiating your worth with people who will never stop negotiating your worth with people who will never know how to value you. But this is your feel-good station. Make sure you're getting your ass in the bus. We're talking about self-worth, and self-worth should make you feel great. It should make you feel so good about yourself that you need to actually feel that. That's why this is your feel-good station, man. You already know what time it is. Grow and Go Challenge. Grow and Glow Challenge. Challenge. So remember last week we did the remove 5 people, pages, whatever. This week, this is our challenge. I want you to go through your closet and remove at least one thing that no longer reflects who you are or who you're becoming. So let me explain it so you understand exactly how this goes in the self-worth. There are certain things that we wear. There are certain things that we do that may remind us of a person or how we felt less worthy, and things that we wore or how people see us. So this gives you the opportunity to be able to clear all those things out. Man, if there's things that you don't wear anymore, let it go. If there's things, that you wore that made you feel some type of way, maybe you didn't feel your most worthy or loved self, let that shit go. Throw it away. Give it away. Give it to someone who actually will value it. Okay? If it's not for you, then you need to let it go. All right? Now, as we're talking about self-worth and everything, and you're still like, damn, I don't know where to start, or I don't know what to do exactly, and you're still feeling stuck, remember, I'm your life coach. Come talk to me so we can work on exactly what you need to do to become your most worthy self. Not even your most worthy self, but you need to know that you're worth everything else and everything in this world, and how we can get you to that point. Okay? Now, remember, I do offer a free 15-minute consultation, and you guys can actually reach out to me for that on like Facebook, Instagram. I'll make sure to put the handles down below so we can go ahead and get that started for you if that's something that you're interested in. Okay? Now, remember, self-worth is essential. The past 2 weeks, we've been talking about loving ourselves and exactly what self-love is. Now we need to talk about we're worthy of that love. Because now you know what you're worthy of. Well, now you know exactly what self-love is. Now we're talking about how to know and how to feel that you're worthy of something without doing anything. And just knowing that you yourself right now in this moment is worthy of every single thing that you want out this world. Okay? Now you already know who I am. And you already know who it is. It's Coach Faith. Another week, another glow up. Thank you so much for letting me be your guide. And remember, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and all those good things like that, all right? And we will see you guys next week. All right, ciao.